Many Nigerians have looked forward to February 25, 2023, the day scheduled by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for presidential and National Assembly elections with great hope but cautious trepidation. Hope because it presented a rare opportunity to reset the country through a credible electoral process as promised by INEC and government. Trepidation because since the return to democracy in 1999, citizens' trust in INEC has continued to go down. But Professor Mahmood Yakubu, chairman of INEC, reassured Nigerians in November 2022 that the 2023 elections will be free, fair, and transparent, and that based on the 2022 Electoral Act, there will be electronic accreditation of voters and transmission of results from the polling units.
On this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. So this technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling units?
Again, in January 2023, at taxpayers' expense, he traveled to Chatham House in London and reassured the international community of his commitment to electronically upload polling unit results for public view online, real time.
In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day. Yes, we had issues in Anambra and the FCT when we deployed the beavers in November last year and in November 2021 and February 2022. We went back to the drawing board. We have found the solution to the problem. That's why in subsequent elections in Ekiti and Osun, we didn't see those glitches. But we are confident. And this is what we have done, and we completed this early this week. We have the machines for the 2023 general elections, but we didn't want to take chances. Each and every machine has been tested and confirmed that the machine is functional.
So, on February 25, Nigerians trooped out in their numbers as has never been seen before to make their votes count. Many of them were young people who were voting for the first time. Their enthusiasm knew no bounds as captured in their excitement during the vote counts at polling stations.
61, 62, 63, 64, 65, no structure, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 77, 78, 79, No structure. No structure. No structure. No structure.
Sadly, their enthusiasm, joy, and hope for participatory democracy, in which their votes will count, was not going to last. Professor Mahmoud and his co-travelers had other plans. Nothing was free and fair in the shambolic 2023 elections. The Electoral Act of 2022 was not adhered to.
Bring the result sheet, let's snap it so that we can upload it ourselves. Since you cannot upload it.
Electoral guidelines stipulated by INEC themselves were shamelessly breached. Nigerians were disenfranchised. Vote collation, recording, and transmission were compromised. INEC failed Nigeria and Nigerians. But unknown to Nigerians, the landmines for what turned out to be the most calamitous elections in Nigeria had been laid long before election day. The shape of the electoral impunity that was to befall the nation was unveiled by the presidential candidate of APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who in a shocking viral video in December 2022, while addressing his inner circle, stated boldly that political power is not going to be served in a restaurant, not served in a la carte. It is what we are doing. It is being determined to do it at all cost. Fight for it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it.
This is what we are doing. It's being determined to do it at all costs. Fight for it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it.
Backed by INEC and security agencies, that was what transpired on February 25 and March 18 as Nigerians were thoroughly disenfranchised. The presidential election on February 25 and the state elections on March 18 were therefore characterized by ethnic baiting, brigandage, voter intimidation, brazen distortion, and mutilation of votes, all openly and cold-bloodedly deployed across many states in the country. In fact, the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, disclosed that 109 deaths recorded in Nigeria between January and March 10, 2023 were connected to the conduct of the 2023 general elections, while no fewer than 27 Nigerians were killed during the March 18 governorship and House of Assembly elections held across the country, according to SB Morgan Intelligence, a data organization. Ethnic baiting was glaring for all to see in Lagos, as those described as non-indigenous were threatened by agents of the state government.
ẹ sọ pé ẹ ti gbọ́ tẹ́lá ti ṣe mistake ó má ti yé yín tẹ̀sí nígbà mistake ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀pẹ́ ilẹ̀ nídìí lọ́wọ́ ẹ ti yé yín.
There was massive voter suppression across Lagos State from APC goons intimidating voters.
Go your house. Nobody force you come here. Go house, so if I see you vote another, I will call Luca. If I see you vote another part, but go ahead now.
Outright physical attacks on voters, to disruption of voting and denial of access to polling units of those profiled as non-supporters of the ruling party. There was also evidence of intimidation of voters by APC government officials going round polling units with armored personnel carriers in Imo State on a day of restricted movements.
Okay, this is booth 005 and 007. As you can see, this is Amanachi Wanyanwu with his convoy, his entourage, and all the people he came with to intimidate the people of Umudro Hamibo.
In River State, government officials accompanied by security officials invaded polling units, seized election materials, and intimidated voters.
You want to kill me? You will kill me. You will kill me. See your plate number. I have the video. This is my phone.
There were also cases of apparently compromised INEC officials refusing party agents access to the signed Form EC8A and refusing to upload same with beavers at Isolo Ejigbo in Lagos and other parts of the state.
Now he's just going to be recording me.
And the funny thing is that the results that they are bringing from this, see one feel ìgbà tá ti kúrò ńbẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe yẹn is ìdí iṣẹ́ yẹn iṣẹ́ yẹn.
Ṣé ká sọ pé ẹ̀lò ṣe bá ní pé ọkọ̀ àtúkọ̀ mú lọ sí kó lọ mú.
Beavers, yes.
Why are you talking like this now?
Ẹ̀gbọ́n nǹkan tó ń sọ, he's actually telling you facts.
We were searching for you. You went into hiding. Now.
And then gbogbo àwọn Tipex tó Tipex everywhere. Kò lọ. No, it's the truth. Kò lọ. Yes, the thing he's doing is wrong because we are seeing the results here and not the results we had at the polling units. And he needs to stop what he's doing because he's now entering everything into the master sheet for the beavers. Yes. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí sí ó ti wà invalid already. Now lórí beavers and then gbogbo result tó enter sí láti gbàtà kátó wá síbi àti ṣe now.
Just 2 units láti ṣe ń dà yẹn.
Yes, then wọ́n bí sí gbogbo result tó enter bí it's not what happened at the polling units. Kò lọ ẹja tiẹ̀ ṣe báyìí ẹja lo beavers. Yeah, ẹja lo beavers. No, but it's the truth. Òótọ́ ló ń sọ because wọ́n ti change results. Wọ́n ti change results. Wò ó nà wọ́n ti change results. Gbogbo ẹ̀ àti wò pé gbogbo kíní yìí sìn irọ́ ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀ irọ́ ni. Yes, we do.
Bring it out and compare it with what is on the ground.
It doesn't matter. The beavers has the results. Let's go and get the beavers. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Nǹkan tó ṣe é sì nǹkan tó ṣe é sì kò lọ. Nǹkan tó ṣe é sì ò lọ. Kò lọ. What he's doing now is not correct. He's entering manual results and it's not what we did at the polling units.
Let him stop first.
They are entering manual results and it's not what we did at the polling units. And he's entering it into the master sheets. And he's doing it from look at all the Tipex that are in see. And they expect us to keep quiet about it. We told him to get the beavers machine. Let's start entering from the beavers, which is what we started doing from the other polling units. He says no. But look at all the Tipex we are seeing everywhere. And the results they are entering is no longer what happened. Yes. We don't have them. This man disappeared for so long. Now he came and the results have changed.
Worse still, an APC government official in Kogi State, in the company of policemen, were also captured destroying voting materials at a polling unit. Sadly, otherwise revered traditional institutions were also used to harass, intimidate, and suppress voters in Lagos State. Thuggery was also witnessed across the country, leading to deaths, grievous harm, and arrest of APC hired thugs. In some places, voters had to resort to self-help. Outright destruction of electoral materials at the large collation center in Borno State was also witnessed by vigilant Nigerians.
Wannan menene? Daga next time kai karka mana taurin kai mana. To karka taurin kai. Kana cewa shagu sun zo ka kuma fara zabe iska duk sun ciccika wannan abubuwan. Mun kama ku asirin ku ya tonu. Wallahi mun kama ku asirin ku ya tonu. Gashi nan dukkan sun zo suna cika. Ana karki gudu. Duk zamu ai ba ku bane. Zamu gudu. Zo ina gice zo koma gashi na suna gudu duk mun gansu za ga wani tayar ka sa waya kunna shi zai gudu duk za su ci uban su ayi duk za ku ci uban ku wallahi duk sai su ci uban su ko dai ba za mu bari ba mun fi ku iskanci yayi gashi duk gudu suke yayi gashi nan duk sun ciccika yan bura uba shegu matsiyatan banza shi gwamnati in yayi me kai bari ya zabe shi mana ba wani magana me suke yayi magana ka tambaye ni me suke din baka sani ba bai tashi ba kawai kai security person ne kai shiru shine amma security person kai shiru.
Vote buying was also brazenly carried out. Consequently, protests erupted across the country by voters who condemned intimidation, disenfranchisement, and subversion of people's will. From Lagos to Abuja to Enugu to Rivers State, evidences abound of voter suppression, intimidation, and outright disenfranchisement carried out by INEC in collaboration with the parties in power in the various states on February 25 and March 18.
I can't deal with this. Oh God. Oh God! Oh God, oh God, oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! All the ESCC people that came, all the army guys that came earlier, where are they? Where are they? God! God!
This is a Butemeta. APC has destroyed everything.
For my area, this one they have live and direct now. Wow, see all the votes will suffer for. All the votes will suffer for. Now they carry compound for voter like this. Now wow, God, I beg you.
This is a Legushi, no INEC official yet.
We must vote! 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 Happy! 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 We must vote!
This is Lugbe Abuja, no INEC officials. They are doing everything possible for P2B to fail.
If you're all seeing this, GRA Polo, GRA Ikulu Primary School, nobody's voting. The Beavers doesn't tally with the PVCs. This is done, I believe this is on purpose. For your information, Ikulu Primary School, all the Beavers equipment are not functioning.
Everywhere shooting.
They are shooting gun, no. We came to vote. They are shooting gun everywhere. They are chasing people. They don't want us to vote. They don't want us to vote. They don't want us to vote, oh. They don't want us to vote. Just look at it. Just look at it. They are shooting gun. Jesus. Jesus. Hey.
The United States of America has officially denounced the elections, declaring that they had been marred by violent voter intimidation and suppression. In its reaction, it stated that the United States is deeply troubled by the disturbing acts of violent voter intimidation and suppression that took place during those polls in Lagos, Kano, and other states. The U.S. urged President Buhari to hold accountable and bring to justice any individuals found to have ordered or carried out efforts to intimidate voters and suppress voting during the election process. Sadly, weeks after the elections, there are no arrests for election manipulation. Even where there exists videos of hired thugs threatening and attacking voters, party agents buying votes, and INEC officials in various acts of compromise.
I want to say that what happened in Nigeria was not election observation, but a crime watch. We watched a crime being perpetrated on a country of 200 million people with utter and complete impunity. I also want to say that President Jimmy Carter has been vindicated. He went and observed elections in Nigeria many years ago, and he was so upset at the impunity and the brazen theft of the election that he vowed never to go back to Nigeria again. And as that distinguished president is in hospice care, he stands vindicated because Nigeria has refused to learn its lesson.
Despite the much-needed reforms from the Electoral Act of 2022, the elections still fell well short of Nigerians' legitimate and reasonable expectations. Voters' trust in the process has been shaken by INEC's lack of transparency. There were numerous missed opportunities to explain the cause and extent of Election Day challenges. The combined effect of these problems disenfranchised Nigerian voters in many parts of the country.
Well-meaning Nigerians such as Professor Pat Utomi, renowned political economist, and Dele Farotimi, lawyer and activist, have also weighed in to condemn the flawed elections that were characterized by intimidation of voters, arson, and other acts of voter disenfranchisement, leading to an outcome that lacks legitimacy.
The most important point about elections It is that they confer legitimacy on those who come out of the process. Simon Martin Lipset, in one of the most important socio-political writings, The First New Nation, discusses this concept of legitimacy in such a wonderful way. Legitimacy is conferred first by elections and is earned every day by governments when they are in office. And legitimacy can wane, and you get into the politics of power erosion that can lead ultimately to regime failure. This makes elections in a democracy so important that we must do everything possible to keep any doubt away from the fact that those who emerge from the process are truly those who have come as a result of the will of the people. But as we know, this has not been quite the case in Nigerian history. I mean, the case of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu saying, oh, power is not served a la carte, grab it, run with it. It's actually not original to him. The person I remember who was the original on that was the late Athon Zeribe. I think Athon Zeribe used to say that on election day, whether you even registered to be voted for or not, the important thing is to get somebody to announce that you won the election. Then you can say to them, go to court. Then you can go into office and use state resources to fight that person. Now, this has almost become the pattern with Nigerian politics, that it's almost taking legitimacy away from the process. It's almost made the idea of democracy in Nigeria a laughing matter.
INEC proved to be exactly what it has always been. Completely Nigerian. Nigerian in the sense of everything that has been bad with our country for a long time. It's preferred to be ruled by impunity instead of the guidelines and order that it had promised the Nigerian people. So in every way that it was possible for INEC to fail as an institution, it failed woefully. In the same environment, in a system where they are truly citizens, strictly so-called, in a system governed by law, Professor Yakubu, he should be in jail by now because of the multiple infractions of the guidelines that he himself publicly eulogized, sold to everybody from Nigeria to the international community.
As Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, multiple award-winning novelist, remarked, the 2023 general elections was a sorely missed opportunity by Professor Yakubu and President Buhari to leave a lasting legacy.
I think that Professor Yakubu had an opportunity for heroism, and I think he wasted it spectacularly. Because he could very easily have become the hero of not just Nigerians but Africa, because so many Africans are watching. They were so inspired by what happened before this election and the obedient movement. And so, I also think that the president, President Buhari, missed an opportunity for heroism, maybe his last chance at heroism, because Nigerians do not feel that I think Nigerians felt before the elections that he meant well and meant to support credible elections. I don't think many Nigerians think that now.
So, why did INEC cause Nigerians to miss an opportunity to be saved? Will its calamitous conduct of the 2023 general elections pass as Nigeria's worst elections ever? Only time will tell.